to attempt to go upstairs and get ice. Sorry, I've been MIA. I've been at the... I need ice. Hold on. Alright, good morning. It's 8:03. It's 8:03. Oh, almost it's not about Quebec. Okay. Oh. I'm here. I'm attempting to play. Attempting to play with the cats. I've been in the hospital the last couple of days. Fucking just, my body is just like declining. And I'm just like, I have to get out of bed. Holy shit. At least I don't feel like I'm not loopy. I'm definitely myself. I just don't know. Max is on me. I just don't know how well this is gonna go. Like mentally, I'm there. I think I can pull it off. And I can't lay in bed again all day. Max, I love you, but I mean, really. So, I'm going to attempt maybe I'll do a shorter read. I won't do 3, 3, and 3. I know I have to come back and do 3, 3, and 3. Good morning. I hope I start feeling better too. I appreciate that. Yeah. I have a ovarian cyst. I'm just like, oh my God. I never get ovarian cysts either. I mean, I've had them off and on, but like I typically don't get them. But it took them 45 minutes to find my left ovary. It was just so painful. Because I had a hysterectomy and my stomach is still so swollen. They thought I had appendicitis. My belly is still so swollen that it literally took them half hour, 45 minutes to find my left ovary. It was a painful experience, to say the least. So, And could have been worse. It could have been like fallopian tubes. You know what I mean? Twisted. I mean, could have been a lot worse. So, but it's just one thing after another. My upper back is just like, it's so bad. It's like numb. I'm just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, it's just like, I don't even really want to talk about it because I really feel like all I do is complain. But it's mind blowing. I didn't realize. I just didn't realize how fucked up that little car accident, you know? Someone just on 93, a few exits up to me, same situation last week. Guy was from Massachusetts, 46, 49 maybe. Dead stop. Everybody on the highway, dead stop. Traffic. Same thing. Guy was on his phone, not paying attention. Slams into the guy. His car's like a fucking accordion. Instantly died. I'm just like, so I should be thankful because that just breaks my heart. Everyone says I got lucky walking away, but my body doesn't feel. I can't even complain. Clearly, I'm lucky. You know, I wish my brain could catch up. It's a lot to absorb. So, I guess I think my brain just needs to catch up. I think that's where my issue is. Good morning, guys. On top of everything else, I know it's crazy. And the top of my back has been numb off and on for a week, so I know there's something going up there, but I gotta wait for that MRI because I just had numerous CAT scans, numerous ultrasounds between the doctor and the hospital the last couple days. And then finally they had to do internal ultrasound because my intestines are still like swollen. Things are just kind of like, organs are okay, but they're a little swollen and just kind of, there's a lot going on. So they couldn't even find my spleen or my appendix. The CAT scan didn't even show my appendix or my spleen either. But I'm not really having pain up there where my spleen would be, but all my pain was where my appendix was. But it ended up being my ovary. But here's the thing, if they have to take it out, it's not the cyst. I'm not worried. It's a complex cyst. I don't even know what type of cyst that is. Basically, it's dead. So it's like my ovary is dying. So they literally, and it's hemogenic, so it's full of toxic blood. So if it ruptures and goes into my stomach, it's toxic. So I want to talk to my own OBGYN. Yeah, guys, I'm just like one thing after another on top of my back and my disc and my nerves that are pinched. I'm just like, the fuck? But hey, I'm alive. Like, I don't even, again, I just need my brain to catch up to my body, I guess. I don't know. But it was funny. Remember a couple weeks before the car accident, I was saying to you guys, the lady, I felt like all awkward at the OBGYN because she's like, you're like the wishing well. You have like 10 eggs on each ovary. You should sell them, yada, yada, yada. You're never going to go into menopause. Well, remember I was saying to you guys where the damage is with my back, men couldn't get an erection if they were in my situation right now. So now it's starting to affect my fertility. Thank God I already had my babies. That's what type of shape I'm in right now. They would have to take my ovary, not just the cyst. So I'm sitting here and I'm trying to be optimistic, and I don't know how long I can sit here, but I'm going to try because when I get up, I'm in a lot more pain. It radiates up my back, but I know bed rest is not the best thing either. But sometimes it is in a situation like this. But, and I don't know, the fucking medicines they gave me, guys, fuck that shit. Fentanyl, like something, fentanyl, I don't know, something they give people that have like IBM too. I don't know what the fuck, that shit fucked me up. And I don't have IBM, but it controls muscle spasms in the stomach. Then I was getting muscle spasms in the stomach. I think it's Benton or something. Maybe it's not Bentonol, but it's Bent. I don't know. Whatever the fuck it is, I don't like it at all. It's awful. And they usually give me Total in the hospital, shots of Total. They have them in pill form, so I have a couple here. But it really doesn't touch the pain. So, yeah. And then I might have a tiny little tear in one of my intestines. Remember I was telling you I was peeing because there's no hernia. So I think it's maybe the cyst. But you know you have stool in your colon, right? It is what it is. But mine's not like constipated, but it's in there. It's not like moving quick enough, and it's odd because I'm not constipated, but I go every day, and there's a little leaking into my secrum. Is that what it is? Which can get toxic. My blood works through the roof. My glucose is 156 right now. And I'm not pre-diabetic. They think it's the steroids. My body really just doesn't even know what the fuck to do. My white blood count is, I think, 15,000 right now. Like, it's insane. But I'm done sitting in the hospital. I've had it. Yeah, it's those, yeah. That's my bad. Yeah, almost 15,000. My white blood count. You know why I left last night? With my glucose. So I gotta be careful with that. Could just be a side effect. Yeah, 156. So my body is just, I don't know, guys. And you know me, I don't, oh my God, that was a whole bunch of cards that just tipped. You know me, I'm not big on medicines. And I'm literally writing down every medicine I'm taking. I'm like, that's it? Like, I can't stop taking them. I'm in so much pain. But like, get me out of the fucking hospital. The extra medicine that they're giving me, I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. And then I can't take my meloxicam because they're giving me Total. They're both anti-inflammatories. And I was liking my meloxicam. And I don't want to get used to Total. Yeah, they shouldn't even send me home with Total. No one's ever offered me to send me home with Total. Ever. They always just give it to me in the hospital before I leave. The prescription says don't take it more than 5 days. But I'm thinking to myself, like, I shouldn't even take any more until I talk to my doctor because I know not to take the meloxicam, but I just don't want to get immune to that. What was I going to say about my doctor? Yeah. And then the pharmacist tries to tell you, don't take this with this and don't take that. Then don't fucking give it to me. That's where my brain is. Then don't fucking give it to me. Do you see the list of my medications? And I have a couple I haven't even started. So that's, yeah. Like this, that's how they just solve things these days. I'm not going that route. So I just got up to go pee and I couldn't go pee. And there's nothing wrong with my bladder. They didn't find anything. But I do have belly movement in my bladder. But they don't think anything's wrong with my liver. They're more worried about the cyst. So yeah, that's been my last 48 hours since Friday. Wrapping things up with you and going to get the CAT scan ultrasound outside the hospital. And then having to go to the hospital because my intestines are swollen, so I was super nervous that it was twisted. Which they're still not sure if it is or not. But I'd be in a lot more pain if it was. So, yeah. So, that's where I'm at. So now when I stand up, it's the cyst. It's not even my cyst, it's the ovary. That's all of a sudden is dead. That was beautiful and alive a couple weeks before the accident. So, I remember the tech made me a little awkward, making jokes, she was the RoboCop or something, right? So, I didn't want to go into menopause. I know I briefly Googled it and I can keep one ovary if it comes down to it. So I don't know if they're just going to take it. It's not like a follicle cyst. It's not a normal cyst. It's a complex hemogenic, like full of blood cyst. So if you guys are OBGYNs or know anything about them, you could tell me more. I just know it's like a dead, it's full of toxic blood. And if that ruptures, it's like a medical emergency. You don't want that leaking into your stomach. So I'm even afraid to go to my OBGYN. I need to just not be touched for days. There's nobody gentle in that hospital. But I mean, again, we're going to a hospital, guys, to get an internal ultrasound. I mean, you think it's not the same as going to your regular OBGYN. Like, I feel like I got cuts everywhere. It's awful. Hey, Super Dougie. So, yeah. Again, guys, I want to say, like, what am I doing wrong? And I'm not. My brain has to fucking catch up. My brain still has not absorbed that I got in a bad accident. So, it's just scary because they knew I got hit going probably around 50s, and the same guy on the hospital got hit. The same exact thing, getting on the highway, not paying attention. Same exact thing, just over to the left a little more, and he died. I survived within the same kind of accident, getting hit the same way. So when the doctors say, like, everybody says, like, you don't even understand how lucky you are. It really didn't click until that accident that happened on 93 last week. But it's still not clicking for me, guys. It's still not clicking for me. So I'm waiting again for my brain to catch up to my body, I guess. Because the first week I was like walking, ready to go back to work. And now I'm just declining. And nope, not neck bone spurs. So they did X-ray of my thoracic and my collarbone. But they didn't do an MRI of the thoracic. They just did the lumbar. But now the middle of my back has been numb. The thoracic's fine. So I got a pinched nerve in there somewhere too. And I can't sit here and complain. I am complaining. If you want to call it complaining, I'm filling you in. All I can do is push through it. You know, I have to do physical therapy, this and that. Like right now, though, I know I need bed rest for a little while just because of my ovary right now, too. Oh, yeah, Super Dougie, I got in an accident. January 2nd, on my way to work, I got slammed by behind. I was at a dead stop, and guy wasn't paying attention. Slammed right into me. He was on his phone. He even admitted to being on his phone. So, yeah, like my lumbar, I think it's my F4 and F5. I got one's protruding, one's herniated. I can't remember which one is slipped, which is kind of the same as herniated, but, and then the F1 and F1, no, F5 and S1, there's something wrong. And then F1, I have like a nerve impingement. So that sciatic nerve is stuck under my spinal. I don't even know anymore. But I ended up in the hospital in the beginning of last week because I couldn't feel my right leg. Same thing was happening with my right leg, with my left leg. That made no sense because there was nothing that MRI that should be happening to my right leg. Yeah, it sucks. And then there's that freaky, I forget what that thing's called, where it can affect both sides. And I must have it like mildly because now the fertility shit is kicking in. I'm just thankful I had my babies. Because I can't even imagine if this was happening to one of my children or anyone in their 20s and 30s. Just because of a slip disc and a nerve impingement. It's just where it's located. Couple more centimeters, good chance I could have been paralyzed. And it's just crazy because I was saying to you guys that week too, I was having a rough week last week. And nightmares saying I couldn't sleep. I woke up with a panic attack. Would I rather be paralyzed or dead? And like within a day or two, that accident happened on the highway. And I was like, all right, I guess I would, I don't want to be dead. So again, I'm not ungrateful. I don't think that's Spirit's way of being like, look, be grateful. But my brain just can't catch up. Like my brain still is trying to figure out how I got out of the left lane. Because I saw it coming. So I was going straight, taking left. There's no way I could go. There's cars everywhere. And I don't remember getting hit, but I saw it coming. I remember kind of coming through in the left lane because it hit me that way instead of straight, kind of went that way. I just remember me turning the wheel fast as I could 100 different times to get to the other side of the lane because I was just about to get T-boned and I passed out again. And then I woke up when I was like 20 feet down the other side of the road. And I managed not to get T-boned. So my brain is still trying to process how that happened because people even saw the car accident. It doesn't even make any sense. It's just one of those things, So, but I'd really like my brain to stop trying to process it. And I think it's just because I lost consciousness. The first one, I think I could have lost consciousness twice or just fainted one in consciousness the next time. So I'm assuming that's probably why it's trying to play catch up. But I don't know. I don't know the answers to that. I'm working with a coffee from yesterday. Actually, 3 days with fresh ice? No, 2 days fresh ice. So, I do feel better though. Well, I don't feel better, but I feel better in the sense of whatever medicine I took yesterday. Holy shit, I don't know how people abuse drugs. I get the addiction. There's nothing about those highs that were like fun. It's not even like a fun high. Like, I think you must have to be drunk or fucked up on other things when you catch that addiction or something. Or like, well, in the sense where people abuse it, I could see like somebody gets addicted to like because of pain or whatnot, right? But like, it's not like a fun high. So obviously addiction comes in all different ways, but I don't even know what I think it was like fentanyl. It's bent to, I don't know. I took Total, which I've taken plenty of times and doesn't fuck me up. So what fucked me up was this one. It's an IBM medicine, but I guess it's pretty serious medicine. And I don't have IBM, but they wanted me to use it for muscle spasms. Oh, what is it? Okay, I forget it. Now I'm dedicated. I gotta get it. So this shit fucked me up. I'm like, this shit's going straight to the fire department. Diciclosamine? DIC. Used for relief of colicky pain caused by intentional muscle spasms and functional Barrow syndrome, dry mouth, sedation, dry mouth, sweat, nausea. I have all of that. I could barely like open my mouth last couple of days at the hospital. It's literally just getting out of my system now. Intestinal spasms. So, but then the weird thing is, the spasm stopped in my stomach, and I was only getting 3 or 4 of them. But then I had a spasm in under my left thigh yesterday. So I'm just like writing all these little things down because I feel like, especially with all the medicine, it's like, okay, maybe you can figure out more like what's going on because they're convinced it's not supposed to happen on the other side, which it is, and it does happen, but it's rare. So it could just be my muscles. They're weak. I don't know, but when I read the discharge letters last night when I was getting home, like when they wanted to like discharge me, they like wanted to give me a little more IV and something else. Patient declined IV fluids and pain medication. Like, you guys are fucking assholes. I just said I'd prefer to go home. I'll take the pill. I've been on the IV. I'm telling you, the way they write shit up. It's not the end of the world, but I had that one bad experience at the hospital last year. Remember the year before? and it left me with that PTSD. That was the worst experience in ambulance ride ever. So I just don't do good in hospitals. So it brings back all that. My dad took a left turn quick the other day. And I was like, thank God. And he's like, oh, I thought I scared you. And I was like, nope. It's just, I feel like he didn't put his blink on like quick enough, and there was traffic close behind him and close in front of us. I personally never would have taken that turn, but he didn't want to be stuck in it, and he took the turn. And I was, thank God, because if he would have stopped, like, I was already having a heart attack. So I know it's just going to take time. You know, before I feel safe. Again, I almost wish I didn't see it coming. I think because I saw it coming, it made it so much worse. And I almost feel like I'm just lightheaded. I almost feel like I wanted to have this conversation with you guys on the other channel so I could get like advice from like people who come across it. And again, guys, I've been researching the brain. So I know it's going to lead me to somewhere. But I also feel like, are you guys picking up on it too? Like when I'm reading, like how they keep having me as an example. Keep using me as an example. Like say I was on the other channel. I feel like they're like, they want me to like talk about it, like as like one of those things on the other channel to talk about. Anyone else getting that vibe? Because I'm feeling a little uncomfortable about it, to be quite honest with you. Because you guys are like my OGs, and I'm sure I have some newbies. But I talk about it with a whole bunch of strangers. It seems different. You know? Even though you guys are like over there, but eventually like. So I don't know. I feel like I kind of like am getting like, I don't know, for those who are watching my videos, like, I'm just wondering if you guys are picking up on the same vibe. And talking's good, you know. But like my doctor still wants me to like talk to a counselor, and I haven't even looked into that yet. But like I'm telling you, I like PTSD. I'm like, I know, but I think I know a way of solving it myself. But my brain won't catch up yet. So that's probably why I'm getting that vibe talking about it with you, because that's what I do. But the other channel is to talk about stuff like this. And, well, I didn't really think like this per se, but like, I feel like it's like taking it over there, you know? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I definitely agree with you there, Amy. I feel like sharing and knowing in new ways of treatment. Yeah. It's absolutely good for you. That's why I talk to you guys too. But just somebody with a PhD there, it's just a different vibe for me, because they already have a programmed method. They already have, even if they're experienced in learning new things and studying the brain, and they're not studying the whole brain. You know, they're going with how they have to talk to you with certain things according to the medication they have to give you. And if you're staying on certain medications, they have to stay working with one part of the brain. So again, like I said, I did all this research for a year, so I know what it is they're doing. And it's normal for them to do what they're doing. But to make a lot of progression, that's on you. So and I don't want to take that away from anybody. If you guys like are a counselor or anything like that, I'm not saying like I'm not being an asshole. I'm not. It's just something clicked in my brain when it came to studying the brain, and I know what's kind of going on. So I'm almost starting to feel like I got put in this situation for the other. Yeah, it's just, yeah. So it's like, here, I can prove it to you. And it's like, okay, well, I've never been that person. Like, I'll prove it to you, you know, but working through it together, maybe, I don't know. I can't do yoga. Yeah, I can't do anything like that until when you have a protruding disc, that has to be fixed first. And they never want to do spine surgery unless absolutely necessary. So that's going to take a couple months, maybe 4 to 6 weeks to get that back to where it needs to be. Yeah, I can't do yoga. I can float and swim, but not like swimming. I can't even do light exercise. I can only do physical therapy, and it's very little, twice a week, and maybe like 10 little things at the house during the week, doing the same thing repetitively to get the bulging disc back in. And then we have to fix other things. So yeah, I can't do any stretching or yoga or anything like that yet. I'm not even close to doing that, which I find is crazy. Yoga can also cause the disc to slip again. Yeah, I didn't know that. Well, I don't really do yoga either, but I know bed rest is not good, which is what I've been doing. I haven't been doing bed rest. It's just the last couple of days in the hospital and doctors. And the medicine they gave me, that every side effect, it's still in my system. It's awful. So I hope I never got IBM, and I hope you guys get IBM. I hope that never happens to you. And that I wouldn't be able to use that medicine, that's for damn sure. So I'm just kind of like stuck right now in limbo. And now that my top of my back is numb, I don't even know if PT is going to touch me until I get an MRI. I don't understand, like, when you get in an accident, why they just don't do a whole body MRI. It doesn't work like that. You know? Which is such a shame, but the doctors keep telling me, and I know it's true, like, when you get hit like that and you don't realize it, or like within a year, pain can just slowly come. Like, my joints are now starting to hurt, but I feel like it's because I haven't really started PT, even though I keep showing up at PT, but she keeps saying, I can't, this new symptom, I can't touch you. Other things have to be ruled out. So it's like just setting myself further behind, and I'm not, but my brain is telling me I am. You know? So I don't know how people Well, I see how you kind of try to mentally get through it. Well, I'm going on, 7 weeks, and my brain still hasn't mentally gotten through this yet. So, and then a lot of people in the hospital are like, oh, that happened to my sister-in-law, and, she has to get shots every 6 weeks. That's how bad it is. Or she can barely walk or do anything. I know the longer you wait, the harder it is. I know I'll make a turnaround, guys. It's a complete life change, like a scenario, like health, exercise when I start doing it. You know what I mean? It's just, it has to be. So it is what it is. Hoping it doesn't take longer than like a year. So I'm hoping in like 3 or 6 months I'll be like bounced back. Like not bounced back a lot, but like I know I'll never be where I was, but I certainly don't plan to be sitting in a chair 6 months from now, still having these conversations, being within this pain that I hope not. So, but with physical therapy, it's hard for them too because they got to work on my lumbar spine. And if there is something going on with my thoracic, you can't always do the same exercise you would for the lumbar for the thoracic. So that's the tricky part. It's not just one injury. And right now I have the cyst on my ovary that could rupture. I'm like, what the fuck? So, and do you know every doctor is different? Like my knees that were hurting, they're like, oh, I should refer you to an orthopedic. Oh, you should probably see a neurology. I'm like, what the fuck? Can I please find an office that has every single one of those doctors within it, the practice? Can somebody create that type of doctor's office, please? So people don't have to go back and forth. And more stressful on other people. Like, honestly, I think if I ever, was to be a fucking millionaire, like Elon Musk, how about you do that? You open a facility in different places that have every type of doctor there. One-stop shop. For nurses, for aides, for family, that take care of the people. Just awful. It just seems awful to me. And I've picked up on it before. You know what I mean? But it's like, all these people got money. How about you stop fucking doing shit for people like that? Because it's a lot on our fucking bodies to even be in the car and go over a little fucking bump, It's like, you want to do things convenient, whatever. I don't even say whatever like that, but it is. I mean, for those who work in the healthcare field, we notice and pick up on things like that. But, it would be nice to have some states that have locations like that. Anyhow. So I don't think I've already been sitting here 45 minutes. So I don't think I'm going to do the 3 Maybe give that another day or so. I know it's weekend energy, but the nice thing is that I did the other two and I'll do a quick collective. But it's, 3 weeks out, 3 current, and 3 forward. So yeah, I know, it's just the way it is here. I know, it's awful. That's why, like I said, I am excited about like what I've like kind of discovered and clicked with studying the brain, but I also want to and dispatch that the right way. Like it's at first I thought I could just like put it out there and do it myself, but there's so much more to it. When it comes to consistency. And breaking down simple things. So I'll get back to that, but I need someone really tech savvy. Kind of need it to be an app. So and actually have friends that create apps. And I'm sure I can go to, I'm half hour outside of Boston. I could go into a lot of colleges, and actually my family knows a couple of the deans. So I do have, like, I can probably go in and I don't even have to go in. They could probably just ask around and I could probably meet up with somebody, even students. Or eventually, I'm not quite there yet. I'm even soon. But I even got to trust those people. You know what I mean? Like this, anyone can just snag this and go with it. And I think what's meant for me is meant for me. And I think I have to play a role in it, not in the sense like I can just sell it off. Because I'm sure people will buy this in a heart, like my theory in a heartbeat. There's no question. But I don't think it's going to work like that. But I don't know. Like when something's meant for you, it's you. Like it's one thing if you're just somebody who comes up with all these ideas and you sell them off. That's great. You know what I mean? But if it is me and it requires my voice, it's fine. But that's like being in a studio. That's having high tech fucking work. Like the right type of frequencies. It's so I could do it on my own, but it's a lot more. It's a lot more work and work harder, work smarter, not harder type thing. You know what I mean? So I know that's coming. An app would be a great idea. Yeah. I'll still keep the YouTube channels and stuff, and I still want to. I'll probably blog. I'll still do stuff like that too, guys. But with this, I feel like this needs to be an app for sure. Because this is like an everyday thing. My YouTube, I'm like here. I'm sitting here. I'm chatting with you guys. Like we're playing catch up. Like. Those videos can't be like that, and it can't have distractions because you're creating. No, see, so yeah. So I know I'll be guided in the right direction, or somebody will be guided to me in that sense, like getting picked up. So, all right, let's do a quick read. See if I can do it. Sitting here, I'm a little more comfortable, but my brain is already telling me when I move my hands and adjust my body, it's not going to be as comfortable. But let's give it a shot. I could be wrong. But allow me, I'm gonna just take a quick little walk and stretch my body. It's not really stretching because it's just kind of adjusting. But I don't want to put too much pressure on everything. But I gotta walk a little. I literally feel like I just got out of surgery. I don't know how on earth. No, this is just me complaining. I'm just gonna say, I don't know how on earth I'm gonna do PT, but I'm not kidding. I think my body is so fucked up from what I just went through again. And it's not mentally, it's physically happening. It's almost like process of elimination too. And now I understand why people end up disabled, because that process of elimination is takes too long. Then you're on certain medicines. Sometimes you have to rest. Other times you shouldn't be resting. But again, in my situation, like something could happen a month down the road and it's a new symptom. It doesn't all happen at once, right? So it's fucking complicated. I'm so over the complicated situation, guys. But I don't have any choice. So it is what it is. I'm over it, but not over it. Alright. I feel like I just wanted to like move this, but I also feel like that's when we were seeing a lot of like the little, I almost wanted to say Aborigines. So I don't know if people are seeing. Do you hear the fucking woodpecker? The woodpecker's back. So fucking annoying. Some of you might be seeing Aborigines, or you might be, because I'm looking for like the little spirits and there isn't any. Because I wanted to put it back, which I'm gonna do now. So you guys might be seeing things. That's typically like as usually you see things like that in the house or like older places, older lands. This plant is so fucking dainty. I feel like it should be so much bigger by now too. It's fucking taken forever to grow. I noticed with this particular plant, it's this one. I think it's called a watermelon plant. They grow big like ivory, I think, but I have noticed certain plants do have to be planted properly. Can't just stick them in there. Like I typically don't like Google like how many inches down. You can usually just tell by the root. But I noticed with this plant, it's going on a year. I figured it'd be much bigger by now. I could be wrong. It's a baby. I could be wrong, but this is how we do it. Don't tell Jordan. Okay. Feels like there's an energy coming towards you. But a good energy. My fingers must be swollen because that is a little too tight. My finger. All right. I don't know. I'm kind of looking at my oracles over here. I don't know if this is. I don't know if this is the type of read I want to do. I am getting pulled to the 333 again, so maybe like a quick little 333 without it being like more of a collective 333. And I just got pulled to my Santa Morte. I usually use that with past life. So I don't think I can do like 333. And all right. I'm going to do 333. I just don't know if I'm going to do past. We're going to do 333 like we've been doing, but I know I have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I know I have water and earth left. Let's start that tomorrow. Let's just do a collective 333. And it's not going to be a long one, like 1, 1, and 1, and trying to break it down. So let's do I'm trying to see if the light is better or no. No light. Okay. Oh my Lord. I was looking for this book the other day, everywhere. It was holding my camera up. Okay. All right. So I don't know. This is usually, again, I usually read this, but past life always kicks in. And I did just look at that particular deck, but they did mention Aborigines. So, but that's not even, so I don't know if that's a cultural thing. Let's just say last 3 weeks. Current energy for the collective last 3 weeks. Next 3 days. Give or take a day or two. And possible next 3 weeks. All right. Whew. All these colors. So we have 17, 10, and 20. I like that card. So, you know me. So we have the shadow. I can't keep grabbing the book. So I'm just going to write on this piece of paper. And I typically don't. Yeah, something's going on. So 17, shadow. The level begins at the shadow. The reflection comes from above. But the darkness card, the shadow, represents our occult unconscious, which has been silently suggest that we do not perceive, nor do we listen, but inevitably influences our thoughts, emotions, and our material plane, our actions. When we are not acquitted with the project externally, negatively a component of us. When we are not accurately with the project. Internally, the negative component. Thus, there's nothing binary terms. Good, evil, black, and white. I know you guys can't hear me. I was mumbling. There's a reason for that. It's almost like they didn't want me to read it out loud. So give me a second because I typically always read by this. I'm just kind of picking up on keywords, but I don't know. Yeah, let me just do this for a minute. Which is normal. I feel like I'm a therapist taking notes. Your creative minds might be coming into play here. It's important to start analyzing yourself and gain greater awareness of yourself and your relationships with others. Otherwise, it would be impossible to change or evolve. That's the advice from the dead. So, it's going to be negative and positive, but it's more like the shadow. So it's again, the shadow is negative and positive. It's depends on how you see your way out of it. It is important to start analyzing yourself to greater awareness of yourself, relationship with others. Otherwise, it's impossible to change. Hi, baby. Hi. I don't think I have any more of those refills.
Oh, well, I done burnt this one. See, I used him to his last life. He's actually he's out for the count.
Throw that in the garbage?
Yeah, well, should I keep this part, though?
Absolutely. That's the expensive part. If you look under...
It's really gross at the top. I'm going to have to clean it.
Yeah. If you look...
This is burnt, though, so...
I might have another one. I'll look after for you.
Okay.
All right. Let's go to number 10. Let me write this down.
I'm wondering why I was blinking. I'm like, oh, I guess we can get to that. So.
No.
It's because it's all loud, actually, so...
Yeah.
All right. Where would the other one be if you had one?
It would be under my dresser. I didn't know you were going to do that. No, sorry, guys. Hold on. It'd be under, I can't bend over, okay. But it'd be in a box way under my dresser. I want to say I used them all, but let me check over here.
This one?
A little box. Yeah. Is there anything in there?
It's empty.
All right. Well, it might be another box. Move my basket. It would be over there.
There's no other box.
Okay, then they're all gone.
Okay.
It was so strong that I had to hide them. You were the only one using them. When I go to the store, I can get a refill. I want to say when Kim got that plug-in, though, it came with 2. But I don't see the other one. So
I'm just going to leave it there.
Yeah. I gotta clean it with Q-tips and stuff. How'd you sleep?
Good. I'm going to take these muffins in my room so I can have them.
Okay.
Alrighty,
Schneidy. I'll timestamp this after I do this. So right now we're looking at 10. I feel like you shouldn't see those at first. So yeah, let me just talk to myself. King of the Dead, Afterlife, Deepest Heart of the Underworld. Wow. Doesn't even feel like underworld energy. We see him devouring a body. For rupture and fading out is starting to point to any successive work or creation or regeneration. He's the alchemist. He's meant to solve. I almost feel like he got put there to solve. He's meant to solve and to separate and to analyze before. Love you. Before synthesis. The phoenix that dies and turns to ashes before rebirth. The advice from the dead here is to take a look back at the situation, more in-depth point of view, and analyze the circumstances before putting the pieces back together. So that's current. So I'm just going to write puzzle pieces to solve, but it's analyzing. So it's almost like it doesn't say he was put in this situation, but I feel like he was put in it, or you're being put in it. The king of the afterlife, ruler of the deepest part of the world. You got the shadow here. So I'm going to have to look closer into that one. Alright, I like that one. Seems very optimistic. No true evolution process is possible if we don't see ourselves isolated from the world. This card encourages you to do spiritual work in the state of solitary and trust towards others. But this is don't isolate. Hold on. See, I wouldn't even do that because it's like this card encourages you, and then I wrote self-motivate. Yeah, because I do like, there's just something about this card that I like. I get it, though. It's the concept we express by love in our minds as we bloom to lead, to collaborate with others for the greater good. So it's something is kind of, it's like coming together. Advice from the dead: approach your work and your actions with state solitary, perhaps starting collaborations with those you trust. It's ironic because I literally just said that to you guys. So when it comes to what I do next as well. So that's probably something, and I'm hearing within the next 3-4 weeks. So there is an element to something coming around. In the sense of creativity or doors opening. Get these closer to me. Alright. Is that better for you? Oh, it's driving me nuts that. I feel like you need to see that color. So there's something with. Alright. I'm going to have to lean it sideways so you guys can see it. Alright. So. Oh, so far away from me. So far away. Alright, let me timestamp. Where's that? It's 1:11. Alright. Again, it represents the shadow, the unconscious reflection. At first, it's like reflecting above and then needing to change and evolve. Seems like there's something like immortal. It's like something haunting you. But again, it's unconscious, which makes sense because this is about the unconscious, consciousness. This is the underworld, king of the underworld, creation, regeneration, being put in a situation to solve something, analyze before you put the puzzle pieces together. This is definitely, there's a cryptid message here. Look at all the skulls. I think you're gonna get being, I love the skulls, but like, asked to do something here. Have a good day. I just looked up. Have a great day. Whatever you do, don't isolate here. Self-motivate. We'll keep doing things, coming together. And it's like that. I forgot to write down trust. So again, be careful who you're hanging around, who you can trust, who you cannot trust. I also feel like it's something you and your past ancestors are working on. Let me just text them. Good morning. I'm just down here attempting YouTube, but I'll be up in a little while. It's only a matter of time before they check in. Okay. Looking back, I know I shouldn't have done. That's all right. 3 weeks. Last 3 weeks. Next 3 days. 3 weeks out. Again, I feel like your ancestors or be careful with your ideas. Again, with the underground being right here, this is like almost being put in a situation to create or regenerate, analyze, solve before you're putting the puzzle pieces together. It is a number 1, but hold on. 10. Time to look at the situation in more depth. Point of view, circumstances before putting the pieces back together. The phoenix that dies and turns to ashes before rebirth. I feel like it's so much more than just the rise of the phoenix. Because almost like a bug just flew off that paper. I feel like you would definitely put in a situation, everybody as a collective. To reflect, analyze, stuff like that, depth, whatever's going on in your life. Careful, I am getting a sticky energy that just wants to also stick around. It's like a matrix. There's something with like looking at the cards, the yellow. It's not even. It's. I don't know if hypnotherapy. I think I'm struggling because this is unconscious. I feel like for those who have been watching from the beginning of the video, just talking about stuff, like I mentioned all this stuff, like brain needing to catch up, that type of stuff, but like it's not everybody's circumstance. It might be, but obviously in all different ways. It's happening in all different ways. Still happening like as a collective though. Currently you're gonna rise, but it's almost like being put there, and it doesn't even have to be shadow, as in like you got to push through your shadow before you can see the light, or it doesn't even have to be shadow like depression. It could be shadow in the sense of whatever this is deep rooted, has to come to the surface. And it could even be like a little light bulb moment and not even have to do it your next 3 weeks. Like there's something here that's just it's subtle, and then others it will not be subtle at all. But this is like, all right, feeling depressed, I can't get through something, maybe I should go see a counselor, for an example. Or because I mean it's stuff that we were talking about. But I don't think it's like that, guys. I think this is the answer is within you, and I truly believe that anyway. I think if anything, counseling, I think you get a pretty good therapist or counselor if they're letting you do all the talking versus them trying to break things down. I wonder where I'm at there. Hi.
Just was wondering how you're doing this morning.
Yeah, I just texted Mom. I still want to be up shortly. Attempting YouTube sitting.
Okay, how you feeling?
Pretty sore.
Pretty sore still.
I stand up, it hurts more. But like the middle of my back is numb.
Yeah.
So it's just.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
I'll be up soon. I gotta try to move around, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Thank you for checking. You guys notice the skunks have been out lately? I feel like I smell skunks again. I've been smelling them all weekend too. I completely forgot what I was saying. I don't ever, I mean, I get sidetracked, but not like that. So it's like, oh, I was saying something about like a counselor. You're probably better off like if they're letting you doing more of the talking, for an example, versus them talking to you and trying to break it down. I think that's where something gets tricky. because this is one of those situations. I don't think it's like ding dong. Like you have to make it through this. It's part of change. It's part of evolution. So some of you, it could be like a ding dong moment with somebody that says something, but I think it's way more deeper than that. This has to do with evolution. It has to do with ascension, like global ascension. Like this is a must. Like you must pass go in order to get to where you need to be, but you can't pass go. This isn't as simple as like, all right, I'm going to change my thought process and bam. Like, no. It's almost like tapping out of your own head, tapping out, because it's not the normal shadow, it's the unconscious. So you are tapping into it. You just don't realize you're tapping into it. You're not conscious of it. Almost like when he came down and talked to me, I was like talking or speaking from like an unconscious place. I got a strong belief, like we all come into this world, or we're like just here in general this time, knowing that there was a global ascension, knowing, where things are in history. There's going to be some big game changing happening in the next few years. So you will solve this. I like that it's a 1. And what I like about this is that until you solve it, it's just going to keep coming around and around. And that could be frustrating. It could take you 20 years to figure it out. 2 years, 2 weeks. Okay. It's almost like how I was explaining what's meant to be yours is yours, or your idea, or, because this is like tapping into parts of the brain or past lives that you typically wouldn't tap into, but you came in this world agreeing to tap into this, is what I'm getting. And I just heard like the time is coming, and kind of in like a creepy way, but not creepy. And I just got pulled to the Aboriginal, the Aboriginal, like, yeah. So they typically don't show their face or come out to play, or it's usually something with land or hauntings, or this seems more like time to wake up the dead again. You play a big part of waking up the dead in the sense of, I don't know, your ancestors, a sense of matrix. There's her brain cells. Some you can rejuvenate. I see fashion. Is Fashion Week coming up? When's in Paris? When's Fashion Week? I don't know. I'm seeing like lace and like models and like high pace, like go, 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 your turn, or is that typically Mulan? Isn't that typically in? It's not typically in Italy, is it? Isn't it typically in the UK? Fashion Week? I mean, I'm sure they're everywhere. There's something with Fashion Week. Mulan? Is it happening now? Why did I always think it took place in France? When does Fashion Week take place? I mean, is that a thing? Does it happen all the time? Oh. Yeah, see, London and Milan. Okay, that's weird, guys. So right now, February 9th through the 14th, London. February 16th. And they're in New York until the 14th. London to the 16th. Milan, the 20th to the 26th. Back in Paris, March 26th. February 26th to March 5th. What did I just hit? That's okay. Like, you can't make this shit up. Right now, they're in New York. That's a very interesting message. I don't even know how to interpret that for you. How long does Fashion Week take? Approximately 1 week. Displays their latest collections on the runway, shows buyers in the media. These events influence the upcoming fashion trends. So, and this is till March 5th. So I'm telling you, like, whatever is going to take place 3 weeks out, but this actually goes to March 5th. So these next upcoming few weeks, like I said, are playing a vital role here. So it could be something for you, travel. Again, we got New York, London, Milan, then back to Paris. So you got 1 week. So maybe you'll be out of this energy in about a week. Fashion Week, twice a year. Till twice a year. So you could be attracting buyers, media, celebrities, top models. So this is either saying within that time frame, well, I know it's saying that too. It's almost like a go again. But like I said, like it's not something, I don't think it's one of those things where my brain can't catch up. So this might be happening on purpose, guys. Like, yeah, your brain is in a certain state on purpose. Well, I know that because it's supposed to be with the ascension. It's so much more than that. I'm drawing a blank as if I'm supposed to be blanking. But I don't feel like I am. So don't be hard on yourself when it comes to something. I think definitely within these upcoming weeks, you're going to fit the pieces are going to come together. Please be careful collaborating. You get to be a pen sets flipped here. This is all about like trust coming together. Whatever you do, don't isolate, because the next few weeks are pretty important when it comes to portals or something where portals, yes, but also like destiny, things that are fated. So like if you have an opportunity to like join a meeting and it's like, oh, they're asking me to join the meeting, but it's like, why would I want to go to that? Go to it. You know what I mean? Like there's fated things coming in. So either something's going to go down globally at Fashion Week. Well, I mean, it is a global thing anyway, but I don't know if it's like a bad thing or a good thing, and it's touching upon definitely. I always thought it was London and Paris, but I did hear Mulan. So if anything, if it has to do with a country, if anything, I would think of maybe Italy. When does Italy? When is their week? Italy, Mulan, the 20th to the 26th. Jade's birthday is the 20th. I don't really feel like I want to touch base on in the last 3 weeks. I don't think that's really relevant. I don't think it's beneficial right this second. I think it's this current energy. If you are in this energy, you're gonna be okay. You are where you are until something comes to the surface. If you do look up though, like reflecting, like being more positive when it comes to changing even your thought process, or again, some of you, it's just something that's generational karma being, fading away. It's definitely a strong astrological portals happening. So that's why I feel like we're more here and within the next week now currently. Could be analyzing. Again, it feels like you're putting the pieces together. Don't rush on putting the pieces together though, but you are going to solve something. Like, again, it could be like some type of click. Could even be like your children in a math test, guys. You know what I mean? Like, they're stoked that it clicked. You got the Lovers here, so could be dealing with Gemini energy. But again, the Lovers is a deep soul contract and from past lives as well. And you got the star at the bottom of the deck. So again, this is that faded energy. I don't think this is, you could be solving a problem when it comes to somebody you care about. I think this is way more important than just Matrix or Fashion Week, and people might get insulted by the whole Fashion Week thing. So, because fashion is their life. Yeah, there's so many portals. Well, that is the 20th too. There's portals, guys, that I think people are moving through that they have no fucking idea. So, and that is Mulan. I don't think each one takes like the cake or a higher prize, but there is something with Mulan in that week. I don't know exactly what it is, but it is a strong fucking portal. I don't know if it could just be Lee lines too. Because this isn't like, oh, this person's coming in and it's destined and you guys, are going to create this, and that. And the Lover is like in the sense of like somebody you already know. I feel like this is just somebody you know from a different lifetime, not even this lifetime. A coworker or, somebody brand new. Because this Lovers to me is like you've done this in another lifetime, and it's like looking up, like, and it is the underworld. It's like, you ready? We're doing this. Like it's about to be like unlocked. You're putting the pieces together. Here comes the key. But this is happening again, unconsciously. But it will come to the surface in order to put the pieces together. So it could have something to do with the Gemini within your chart. You got the Nine of Cups. This could have something to do with your 9th house, your 10th house, 6th, Knight of Swords. So again, it is some type of like message. It's the 9 of Cups. I'm never crazy about this particular 9 of Cups because it's like kind of like all over the place as if they're like empty. Like there's like gotta open the treasure chest to fill them. It's just a weird analogy. And it's on a ship, so the ship's rocking back and forth. So it's almost like they're not filled. But you took the key. You're about to take that key and open it. There's got to be success coming. There's a beautiful shift of energy. There's some type of message coming in or clarity. But again, careful. You got the 7 of Swords here. But it could just be, whatever you do, don't sabotage, because this is stressing. Like, do not isolate. But I am telling you that initially when I started this reading, I remember saying something about there's a sticky energy around too, and you got to be careful about that one. Yeah, the 5 of Wands, it could be somebody who just wants to cause drama. This to me is jealousy. Like, this to me feels Matrix. It doesn't feel like you're going to sabotage and contemplate. So be careful with the energy that Santa Morte that was there, and I just got pulled to Aborigines again. So your guys might even scare an energy away. I'm not really sure. Let's go to this one, 20. So this is a big deal again. Okay, so don't isolate. It's in a way almost like kind of gonna self-motivate, coming together. Trust. Be careful who you hang out with, who you're talking to, who you're telling things to. Got the Page of Cups. Could be dealing with the water sign. That's typically a happy message. You got the 5 of Pentacles. So again, and then the 4 of Wands. I don't know if this is travel or this. To me, this is I don't know. Careful signing any agreement, because you can get a lot more money for something if it's like in that sense. But to me, this feels like an energy that just wants to come and play a role in your life, and they don't like, for what? Like, it feels like it just feels Matrix, and I don't like it. So there's an energy that's going to attempt to come back around, and I don't fucking know what they're going to do, but it's Matrix and it's sticky, and I don't like it. Be a right one and a wrong one, but this is like someone just doesn't want to be left out. It's greedy. I just heard the song Desperado. So don't be desperate to like approach your work and your actions a state of socialness and solitary, perhaps starting collaborations in those you trust. Be careful, because with that 5 of Pence, it's not like you're going to go from the 5 to the 10. You could with some things, but the fact that the 5 came out, like, or this is like a happy-go-lucky energy, and it's taking you out of the 5 of Pence. And I don't even think it's materialistically, it could be, but like, it's not the vibe. It's more, it's emotions when it comes to, the cups here. It's an energy that's it's almost feels like home. It's something that's going to make you happy. So you could even get an email that has to do with another country, guys, for all I know, because there's countries here. New York is here, but be careful, because I don't, that 5 of Pence is here. So be careful who you, like, if you don't know this person and it's hard to trust, this isn't saying like trust everybody just because they're coming around. You got to be careful here. But I think by the time you get to this point, you're going to know. Because it could even be a scam. Like, this energy wants to come together. Because I just don't. Tell me about this Five of Pentacles. Has to do with energy. Queen of Cups. Could somebody get left out with the Ace of Swords? Throwing these cards just took the whole entire fucking reading away from us. So be careful, guys. I don't fucking like it. The Five of Pentacles can be isolating. I really don't look at that as an isolating card. But like your heart's gonna be filled, like it's happy. Like I said, if somebody asks you to like join a meeting, they don't typically go. You know, go to the meeting. You got nothing to lose. Making an email, a friend might invite you to go to something, or I don't know. You're going to get some clarity here. But again, look at lesson communication. So I don't like the Matrix totally came in and swooped energy. So be very careful there. Yeah, see, refocus. Again, could it be isolation? Yeah, no, see, this is a regret. This is somebody else's regret. It's not yours. Okay. So I knew I didn't like this fucking energy. But again, this could also be somebody just kind of watching you from a distance. Could be a headhunter. I don't know. There is destiny here though, like in the sense of there's something fated in regards to an energy. Where that energy takes you, I don't know. A person, a place, a thing, a job, a career. Maybe you thought you'd never be into fashion, and next thing you know, you're working in fucking fashion. I don't know. Because there's nothing, mute with the Queen of Cups. There's nothing here telling me there's something material. So it's almost like somebody wants to apologize or something. Yeah, see, unawakened, inner child, solitude. You got to put barriers up. So the Matrix there's an energy here that's going to come in. And this is important, guys, because this portal is, these portals, especially starting around the 20th, are like key. Don't let any energy come in and I can't stress, I almost wish I didn't pull those cards, but I clearly needed to. There is an energy that almost purposely wants to hold you back. I mean, there's always going to be energies that want to hold people back, but there's very important portals coming in, so I'd say true. I hate to say it, but trust nobody at this time. And I hate to put it out there like that, but I wouldn't trust anybody. I'd be very wary if it's a friend or a coworker, you're mingling. I wouldn't jump into nothing. I wouldn't trust anybody. I wouldn't give anybody any ideas yet. And even if with something being faded, it's like I said, literally before I even drew these cards, I'd want somebody like an NDA, or I even want to be careful even putting this idea out there. And it's hard because I got to tell somebody about it. before they want it, or you know what I mean? And it's like, even that process is risky. Like, people who are, you know, money hungry, power horse, like they'll work around contracts, you know, like, so like you might even need more than an NDA, like, you know, like there's some fucking tricky ass fucking people. So again, I don't know, not positive, but I'm hoping when this vibe comes along, it's gonna feel right. So listen to your gut, because I think your gut's really gonna help. You know, I feel like that Five of Pence energy is an energy you already know, and this 20, this energy, you don't know it. It's new. It's new energy. It's not somebody from your past. Okay. Past is in like past life, but not like 3 weeks ago, 30 years ago. It's this somebody. It's something brand new. You do have a matrix energy that is going to want to apologize as well. But it's unforgivable. It's like, please forgive me. No, it's not. No. So it could even be platonic, guys. Okay. So I would trust nobody. And I'd listen to your gut. And I think the energy that it's going to start coming in, I think you guys' biggest portal either has to do with London and Milan. Paris, maybe? No, I'm going to go with London and Milan. And London is the 16th to the 20th. So between the 16th and the 26th, there's a huge collective portal. So focus on yourself, your spirituality. Here, it doesn't take two to figure something out here, okay? Maybe in the future, but not when it comes to somebody you already know that just wants to. Just listen to your gut. I think your gut's pretty gonna much tell you. Someone's probably gonna try to guilt trip you, make you feel bad. You know, you might even ghost somebody and you're worried about your own self because that's key. So that Five of Pence could be you ghosting somebody, and you know, this energy is going to be a lot bent out of shape, but you don't got time for that. Like, because you have the Five of Pence and solitude, and this is about not isolating, right? So there's very clearly a message here that you should be isolating from a matrix energy that you already know. I feel like someone's going to attempt to make you feel bad for some reason, or guilt trip you, and again, that could be a whole bunch of different people. You could have 4 different people coming back into your life with Mercury coming around the corner. So, you know, if it's not feel good energy, don't entertain it. If it instantly aggravates you, don't entertain it. Like if someone's beating around the bush, don't entertain it. But that message has been coming in for a while. These portals are huge, so if you're gonna start a business or you're thinking about something or you're doing research, stick with it. It might not take off for 6 months to come up with an idea, but it's very creative energy coming in. You're tapping into that type of energy. If you are going to collaborate with somebody, if your gut's like, well, there's documents, you know, There's a difference between fear and just like, so I think this is something that would make you happy and you want to go for it. And it's like, could even be one in a lifetime, or it just feels destined. It feels right. It feels fated. Look into that type of energy. Do not let a mundane human, do not let a human in the matrix right now come anywhere near your fucking energy if they don't got a lot of love for you. And they're not showing that love or expressing that love, or you know what I mean? I'm telling you, like, it's a big message there. And then for some of you, somebody's going to make you feel bad. Like, you might end up ghosting somebody because you just don't even have it in you to even explain one more fucking word to somebody that's just wants to be relevant. Somebody who feels entitled to be in your life, but doesn't do the work to stay in your life. Like, I saw guys with the respect, I don't know, but I don't think you're going to get tested, but this just seems like an energy that it's like a pestering energy. All I know is that the portals that are coming in for those who like to ascend and those who, are pushing themselves to get to where they need to be. Do not isolate. These weeks. And I think it starts on the 14th. It already started on the 9th, I believe, right? Let me go right back. Yeah, 9th to the 14th. But to me, it's nice these the next few days, and that will be right around the 14th. Yeah, so the 14th to March 5th, it's a big deal. But I feel like the bigger portal right now is like the 14th to the 20th. No, to the 26th. So it's your portal. It's a huge collective portal, guys. And to me, it could be in multiple countries right now, too. Something is going to really it's really going to open whatever's fated. Like, these are the doors of fate. Doors of destiny. Some would be going through doors of destiny, others would be going through doors of fate. All right, I love you guys. I will be back when I can be back, okay? New York. Yeah, New York is right now. So, but to me, when I saw fashion, and I didn't even know it was Fashion Week. When I saw fashion, it was like the hustle and bustle in the back, like scooting them out right before they go out on stage. So I knew it was Fashion Week. I knew that's what they were talking about. And I said Fashion Week, and then I think I said London. But then I was like, no, something with Milan. And that's the 20th through the 26th. So, and then the 14th through the 20th is London. And then the 26th, they're in New York right now for the 14th, but then the 26th through the 5th is Paris. So, to me, anywhere between the 16th to the 26th, give or take a couple days, are pretty important fucking portals being placed strategically. I mean, it could be so, like I keep seeing or hearing, like Aborigines, like whatever this is you have no fucking idea what this is or where this is going to take you. This, whatever it is life altering. A job, a person, a friend, an animal. I don't know. I like it though. I love you guys. We'll see you soon. Have a great day. Bye.